Hello my friends and welcome to this new hands-on tutorial on the root users versus the IAM users. That's going to be a very important one because we will implement our first AWS best practice. You might have those questions at the exam about AWS best practices, and here we're going to implement our first one by creating an IAM user as opposed to the root user. Right now indeed we are with the root user account, which has all the permissions. We can do anything we want and get access to anything we want in this account, but therefore it is very risky to use this account because if anyone manages to access this account, this person will have access to everything. So it is much safer to create and use instead an IAM user account to which we will give a certain set of permissions that we control. Okay? So the way to create an IAM user is through one of the very standard AWS services, which is called, of course, IAM, to manage access to AWS resources indeed. So let's go to IAM. Welcome to the IAM dashboard. Then we're going to go to users, and then we're going to click create user. The first step is to give a name to our user. You can simply give it your name. So I'm going to choose Hadlin here. Then, of course, we're going to provide our user access to the AWS Management Console. Then we're going to choose a custom password. I prefer so that I can remember this better. So I'm entering a password. Then we're going to uncheck this. Users must create a new password next sign in so that we can keep that same password. And then we're going to click next. Now, speaking of AWS best practices, there is another one here that we will see later on in the course, which is that whenever you have an IAM user, it is AWS best practice to add this user to a group, to what we call an IAM group. However, because we will cover IAM groups later, for now we will just attach a policy directly, which will be a document containing all the permissions of that IAM user. But as you can see, as a best practice, we recommend attaching policies to a group instead. So just remember this for now. And then, which policy will we give to our user? Well, we will give this one, administrator access, which will give full admin permissions to our user. But you will see that still, there'll be some features that we won't be able to access even with this policy from our IAM user account, and I will show you an example in a moment. Okay, so let's select this one, administrator access. Let's scroll down, let's click next. Then this is just a review page, and finally we click create user. Creating user, user created successfully, perfect, and we can finally return to the users list. But now, before I show you the IAM user account, by signing out and re-signing in, we will do something very useful. If you go back to the IAM dashboard, well, what we're going to do now is create an account alias so that we don't have to re-enter our account ID, which as you can see is hard to remember, but instead we're going to enter the account alias, which will be much easier to remember because we will create it ourselves. So if we click create here, well, here you can choose a unique alias that is not taken by another AWS account. So for example, let's check if CloudWolf AWS 2026, I guess this one might be available. And yes, it is. CloudWolf AWS 2026. That's going to be my account alias. Perfect. So now, before I sign out and re-sign in, I want to show you a difference between the root user account and the IAM user account. If you notice in the main AWS console in cost and usage, you know this cost and usage widget, with the root user account right now, we have access to all those cost and usage data, like the current month's cost and some more if we go to billing and cost management. But you will see that even with the administrator access policy that we've just given to our IAM user, with our IAM user account, we won't get access to this data. Let me show you. So I'm going to sign out now from my root user account, and I'm going to re-sign in this time with the IAM user account. So let's click sign in again. And there we go. It's actually taking us directly to the IAM user sign-in page. And if you want to find back the root user sign-in page, well, you can just click this, okay? That's actually the main sign-in page of AWS. So of course, we're going to choose now IAM user. Then we don't have to enter our account ID. We can enter our account alias, which for me is CloudWolf AWS 2026. And then we click next. Now we just have to enter our IAM username that we just defined and the password, and then we click sign in, and now it's going to take us back to the AWS console, but this time with the IAM user. And indeed, first I'm going to go back to US East 1 because that's the recommended region to take this course. We're all going to be in the same region. And if we go to the top right again, here remember we had before with the root user account CloudWolf, which was the account name, but now we have the IAM username. And if I click this, well, same, I have the exact same account ID as with the root user account, the account name CloudWolf, the account alias CloudWolf AWS 2026, and the IAM username Hadlin. All right, and there we go. That's your IAM user account with which, for example, of course, we haven't used any services yet. And if we go to cost and usage widget here, as you can see with the IAM user account, we have access denied to the current month's cost, the cost breakdown, forecasted month end, and other cost information and data here. So that's one of the differences, but there you go. Congratulations, you've just implemented your first AWS best practice. And now actually I'll see you in the next hands-on tutorial to implement another AWS best practice, which will be to set up MFA. We'll do that for the root user account, and until then, enjoy the cloud.